everybody, welcome back. This is webnative for week 4 of January. We haven't really got a topic, so we're just going to free fall it like we always do.
But we really like Google Plus at the moment, don't we?
Yes, very excited about Google Plus.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's all been a bit edging towards that with the studio, really. I'm having talks with Julie and trying to get Ashley or Mark to come and put some ledges in the hallway and put some like wooden ledges in that corner, because I've just got surface stuff.
Yeah,
I've collected surface stuff that just needs to be organised and put away before we can start inviting the bloggers. Because I really want to start inviting bloggers down here now and start making content in front of this green screen. Show them how Fiverr works. Show them how people per hour works. So
it's another thing that the Google Plus community works very well. That if people are blogging their own content, they can actually then tweet it to the community, and then it distributes out to anyone who's following. I'm really excited by it, especially the Google Hangouts. You can only have 10, but I think if you can get up to 10 people coming on, dropping in and out of a Hangout, I think it is breaking down the global barriers. Because going over to Belfast this week, we had someone come from Norway, we had Oslo, Denmark, Spain. Yeah. Not all of them could get there. We can't all keep travelling.
No, it's not cool.
But we need a reliable way where we feel comfortable that we're meeting intimately enough for it to have value.
I think it's more than that as well. I think if we're going to really push forward this idea of creativity and digital assets, I think people need to know more. There needs to be more transparency. And people say, most people, when you say transparency about business, they think money. You know, but what I'm saying is that, you know, I want to be able to show people who are thinking about ordering on Fiverr or people per hour that, you know, there's lots of ways that they can check in on the studio. So they can look through the webcam, they can look through Google Hangouts and get used to the fact that a digital creative person does just as much work than somebody who goes 9 to 5. Apart from it might not be 9 to 5, it might be throughout the night.
I think
and it's that for me, it's the establishing that presence thing, because when you work with somebody remote, and I've had this discussion with Dan a few times about value, you know, I kind of see, if we're living in a globalized world, if you're willing to put the work in and you can you know, dictate a certain amount of value about how much effort you're putting in, you know, what is the value of effort, and everybody's got their own interpretation of that. I'm willing to pay you this amount. I can see you putting the work in. Oh, you're there till 7 o'clock. Thanks for doing it. It's that unconscious stuff that normally doesn't get... You know, like when you do an event and you over-deliver, but they don't know you've over-delivered. It's trying to expose that world to people. This is what goes into the work.
And the consistency. I mean, I'd love to get to a point with a co-working table where you have 3 people and 3 iPads or 3 screens, and there's just 6 people working around a table, and you kind of feel that you can look up and press a button to buzz the person who's working on the screen. Yeah. You know, you can see the people on your screen. There's still the camera. So it is a different physicality, and I think we are going to start to have to look at how we feel physically in spaces and how we can mentally put ourselves into digital spaces and work productively.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things with the screens and the Raspberry Pis is what I like about it is that they're second-hand screens that you can pick up anywhere. You know, car boot sale or a computer fair or whatever. And then the Raspberry Pi is like a rediscovery of computers as a kid. You remember those little electron kits that you wire together? Well, if a computer screen and a computer is now £100, that changes everything. Because like even the people who are not online yet, because we're still a small percentage really in a global world. Not saying that everybody should be on computers, by the way, because it's more power and everything else. But even those are low power, they're like 5 watts, which is stupid. So you could have a row of these things with, you know, a web browser on it with local Nottingham tweets. You can have one with your animations and your logos and videos that are coming in from people. You know, we've got like a photo frame in there that people can email as photos into the studio. What you're doing is you're inviting people into your space, your business, like never before. Yeah. And I think as we move forward through 2013 and beyond, we're going to want to work with people that we know everything about, how they work, what their problems are, what they're suffering from in terms of, you know, their mortgage is too high or their lifestyle is quite extravagant, and it's almost like a normalization of funds where we think that people should get their money. I'm seeing the class structures in a digital sense, shifting.
Yeah. And this is something that Seller54 on Google Plus, do download the app, even if you're on a desktop or an iPad, become part of the network, and let's see what we can drive forward together.
Oh!
Yes!
Ooh, very Lincoln-esque that was. Last thing to add to this, go and download a free app from the App Store called Dropcam. Find us on there, 2 cameras, Seller54.tv. There is no audio on it. Sometimes we will turn the audio on because we can actually use it for chatting in the studio with a bunch of other people. That's it for this week. We'll catch up with you soon. That was just a lot of babble. Now I'm going for curry. Boom.